The next sonnet of the Shakespeare is sonnet number 73, and this sonnet also tells us about the human life. And here we know that this sonnet it tells to us about the theme of the time. In the previous sonnet number 60, we have seen that the time is so powerful and it can destroy anything which comes in its contact. And here the sonnet number 73 that tells to us about the time, the power of the time. And here we know that in the nature there happens the cycle, means that here we know that when the winter comes, then after that winter definitely there will come the spring, and after the spring there is definitely the coming of the winter again. And here, as we know that actually it is the cycle in the seasons, but there is the same cycle in the day also, means that after the twilight there is the coming of the darkness, and after that darkness there is the coming of the day, means that as the day and the night that also form, that also happen like a cycle. But here this poet, he tells to us that after the youth that there is definitely comes the old age, and it is the final stage of the man. Actually in the human life there is no cycle, means that as after the night there is a coming of the day, or after the winter there is a definitely coming of the spring, and after the spring there is the winter, means that it is a cycle in the nature. But in the same way there is no such a cycle in the human life, because here we know that when that young man who becomes the old there, that after the youth there is a coming of the old age, but after the old age there is not coming again of the youth, but there is a final stage that comes after the youth, and that is the old age. And here this poet, he tells to his beloved that thing, that when I becomes the old, then there is not again coming of the youth in his life, and that old age is like that of the autumn, means that here this poet, he uses the metaphor to strengthen, to tell his views to his beloved. And here he compares in the first quatrain his old age with the autumn day, with the autumn day, means that his youth is like that of the autumn day, as in the autumn, that because of the cold, that there is no leaves on the tree, and the branches of the tree that also becomes the birdless. There is no bird on the branches of the tree, and like that here that old age that shows, and there is no it is the same like that of the empty tree branches, and like that here in the old age there is only the emptiness, there is nothing in that old age. Now here the another metaphor that is used is the twilight, that is the twilight. And here this poet, he tells to us that after the twilight there is coming of the darkness. Here we know that we like the twilight, but we deny the darkness, because the darkness is we can't see the anything in the darkness, and the darkness is like that of the old age. And here this poet, it tells to us that generally we forget that darkness, and we are looking forward about the coming of the next day, or the beginning of the new day. and like that here. But here, this poet, he tells to us that he never forget the darkness. And here we know that the old age is same like that of the darkness, and this darkness that grows in the human life. And here we know that there is an end of the youth. That darkness is the old age, and it is the end of the youth. And after the darkness, there will come of the new day. But here he says that there is no coming of the youth in his life after the old age. And here in the final couplet, the speaker, he tells to us that tells to his beloved that he urged that love well, and here that which he must soon live. And here he tells to the young man that love well, and that is the message he gives. And just he live that youth, that is love there, because he becomes the old, and that he urge, or that he advises to the young man to love well. Here we will see this sonnet line by line, and we will see the first stanza. That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shakes against the cold, bare, ruin, choir, where late the sweet bird sang. Means that this poet, he tells to his beloved, and here both of them, they are young, and this poet, he thinks about the coming old age in his life, and he makes aware of his beloved about his old age. And what he says, that time of year means that when he becomes the old, that years will come soon in his life, that he becomes the old. And that time of year thou mayest in me behold, means that here you can see that there are some changes in me when I becomes the old. And what type of that changes there? When yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shaken against the cold. And here this poet, he compares his old age with the autumn day. Here this is the metaphor that is used by this poet, and he compares it with the autumn day. Autumn means that it is the season in the midst of the summer and the winter. Generally it comes in the months of the September and the October. Actually there is not, it is the mid season. That autumn is the mid season of the summer and the winter, and the days of the summer that are not completely gone, and there is not the coming of the winter. The winter is not started, but it is the mixed time. Mixed time is that the some characteristics of the summer and some are of the coming of the winter. That it is the mixed feeling of the summer and the winter, that is the autumn. And here this poet, he is also on the age of the young age and the old age. Means that here he is in the midst of it. He is not so young and he is not so old, but he is on the age of the youngness and the oldness there. Means that here he is growing, he is going toward that of the old age, but he is not completely becomes the old, and the youth is also not totally gone out. And that is such a mid season, that is the autumn season. Means that it is the mixture of the summer and the winter. It is because it is in the midst of the summer and the winter. And here when yellow leaves, actually here we know that in the John Keats poem, that there is the Keats poem Ode to Autumn, and in that Ode to Autumn, this John Keats, he described the autumn season. And how is that autumn season? That John Keats is a sensuous poet, and it tells to us about the fruits that are ripen in that autumn season, and he also personified the season, that what type of the works that farmer does there. And here we know that autumn is not that season which can be enjoyed like that of the spring, because the spring has its melodious song. There is the special kind of the songs there, but the autumn has also its music. Means we can, most of the writer, they may praise to the spring, but John Keats, he praised to the autumn season, because that every season has its quality, and that autumn is the such a season of the sweet and the pulpy fruits. And here in this season, in this poem, this Shakespeare, he described the autumn season. How is that autumn season? When yellow leaves, actually when you know that when the fruits are ripening, that at that time the leaves on the trees that also change their color. And here we know that the leaves are also ripen and they also change their color. Means that the green leaves that convert into the yellow or the reddish. And here when yellow leaves are none, here we know that in that autumn season, that most of the trees that are become the barren, there is no leaf, or when there are any leaf on that tree, and it may be yellow, it becomes the yellow. Means that the some trees, they have the leaves, but that leaves are also become the yellow. Means that the any time that leaf can fall down. And here that are some trees that have the yellow leaves, or some have none. Means that there is no leaf on that tree, or few do hang upon the boughs, and the some or the few leaves that are hang on the boughs, that the branches of that tree which shake against the cold. And here we know that, and that leaves which are on that branches that are shaken because of the coldness, bear ruin choir. And here that bear ruin choir means it is the group of the singers. And here the choir means here we know that the birds are singing on the branches of the tree in the group. Means that there is not the one bird, but the number of the birds that are singing on the branches of the tree. But here, because of the coldness in the atmosphere in that autumn season, that bear ruin choir means that branches are without birds. There is no bird on that branches, and where laid the sweet bird sang. But here we know that when there is any bird, means that the not in the group, but we can hear the singing of the bird, and that bird is not in the group, but it is the alone or the lonely bird that can sing at a night. In me, thou sayest the twilight of such day, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away. And here, this poet, he says that in me, thou sayest the twilight of such day. And here we know that this poet, he compares the twilight, the old age, with the twilight. Twilight means that light which is in the midst of the end of the day and the beginning of the night, or it may be in the morning. It is the reverse like that of that there is the end of the night and the day breaking, and that in the midst of it that there is a light, that which is not the full light, but it is the dim light. And twilight means that in the midst of the end of the day, or and the beginning of the night, or in the midst of the end of the night and the beginning of the day, and there is such that it is the evening time, or it is at the before the dawn, and which is that light there, it is called as the twilight. And here we know that the poet, that twilight which he speaks here, that twilight is at the end of the day and the beginning of the night, in the midst of it, that light. And here this poet, he tells us to that he is like that of the twilight. Means that there is a his young or the youthness is now going, and he is becoming the old there. There is a darkness, means that he is in the midst of the twilight, means that the youth is going and he is becoming the old there. On such an age he is there. In me thou seest the twilight of such day. And here you can see the how I am becoming the old and how I am fastly losing my youth or the youngness there. As after sunset fadeth in the west, and here as after the sunset, means that when the sun is totally sink in the west, sun is set there, and there is no sun in the sky, but there is the some sort of the light, means there is not the total darkness, but there is the some light, that is the twilight. And here he says that as after sunset fadeth in the west, that the sun is gone toward that of the west side, and when there is no light of the sun, but there is the some sort of the light, there is not the complete darkness. And here he says that he is the same like that of the twilight, because just after it, that there is the coming of the old age to him, which by and by black night doth take away. And here we know that the twilight is consumed by the darkness, because here we know that every moment there is a groan of the darkness. Means the moment after moment the darkness is become the too much dark, that night is becoming the dark there. And here we know that when there is the coming of the old age, and here we know that the old age is growing so fastly, and this poet is day by day becoming more and more old, as like that of there is an increase of the darkness every moment, which by and by black night doth take away. Death's second self, that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such light, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie. And here death's second self, that seals up all in rest. And here the darkness is nothing, but here this poet calls it as the death's second self. That here it is the second self, the second side, means that the darkness and the death, when they are compared, the darkness is same like that of the death, or the death is same like that of the darkness. And here that seals up all in rest. And here we know that when there is a darkness, that everything stop there. That not like that of the today. That nowadays, that here we see that there is no, though there is the darkness, though there is the night, but that a lot of industries and the transport that is going everywhere, that the people are still working though there is the darkness. But in the past, what happened there, that when there is the darkness, when there is the night, that every work is stopped, and all the birds and the animals, as they take the rest there, all the human beings will also take rest in that time. But here, now here we see that as all is rest in the darkness at the night there, and when there is the old age there, and most of the activities of the human being that are also gone out, and that person, because of the old age, taking the rest, because all the activities of his bodies that are becoming so dim, and most of the activities that are stopped there. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that me on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed whereon it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. Now here we see that this poet, he calls here this poet, he calls to his old age. He compares his old age with the extinguished fire. Means that here, that extinguished fire means that fire where that there is the some sort of the fire which is under the deposited ash, and here means that the fire is not growing, will not grow. It not becomes the big fire, but it is the extinguished fire. Means that when it totally extinguished, then there is surely not the again the fire from it. And here this poet, he says here that it's like the extinguished fire, because in me thou seest the glowing of such fire. Means that here you can see there is the some sort of the glow in the fire, in that of the extinguished fire, and you can also see it in me, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie. And here we know that on the ashes of the youth does lie. Means that here we know that what is that fire is burned, and here we know that from where it burns that fire, and again here we know that the same fire that is extinguished, and here we know that what creates the fire, and the same thing that extinguished to the fire. And like that here he says that as deathbed whereon it must expire, and here as that fire it is extinguishing, and like that here this poet, he says to us that his life is like that of the extinguishing fire, that the fire which is expired after it. Like that here his life is also on the edge of the expire. Means that here his life is going to retire after it, consumed with that which it was nourished by. Means that here what it consumed with that which it was nourished by. Means that what that fire that creates, that what things that fire creates, and it consume it. Means that here that thing which creates the fire, and this fire that consumes that things which it creates. And like that here we know that as we become the young and the youth by that of the some things there, and we are consuming it as we becoming the old there, the same like that of the fire. Now here is the concluding couplet, and what this poet says that this thou pursuest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must live or long. And here this poet, he tells to us that as you are young, means that here this thou pursuest, means that you must pursue this thing that which makes thy love more strong. Means that you should pursue that things that can make your love so strong there. To love that well, means that here you must love well. Means that here, because here we know that when you are young, that you must love there. When you become the old, you are not able to love, because most of the activities that are ceased in that of the old age, and thou must live or long, and before you can go long, that live or long, before you can live this world, that you must love well. Because here that there is no cycle in the human life like that of the in the nature, because here in the beginning two quatrains this poet says that as there is the end of the one season, then there is a coming of the next season. Means that there is the cycle. After the autumn there is the coming of the spring, and after the spring there is again the coming of the autumn, and it is the cycle. Means that here like that of the after the day there is the coming of the night, and after the night there is again the coming of the day, and there is the cycle. But here we know that in the human life, after the youth there is definitely coming of the old age, but it is not happen in the human life. After the old age there is again the coming of the youth, because human life is no cycle. There is no cycle in the human life, and therefore here he says that before you can live this world, you should love well, and that is the message this poet he gives in this sonnet. Thank you.